welcome back everybody. Let's see if we can identify this animal here. It came walking out of the bushes here. It looks like a fox or a coyote mixed with some jackal and maybe some chupacabra. I'm not sure. It's kind of big for a fox. It's got a long tail for a fox. Some kind of weird hybrid. What's it doing? Oh, it just came down to have a wee. Okay. Enough of him. Came across this swarm here. A bunch of bees flying around. I heard them from across the road. I was over at the mill site. And came over to investigate. And yeah, they're honeybees. I don't want to mess with them, but look at this. There's thousands of them up here hiving in this bush. Queen bee must be on the move, taking a vacation. But we left them alone, and 2 days later they were gone. But I hate getting stung, especially by that many bees. But while they were up there, they decided to scope out the mill shed to see if it was worth moving into. I didn't want them to do that. But once I told them what the monthly rent would be, they decided to move on. They couldn't afford it. I hate bees. I ran across this vehicle on the road one day, and apparently the driver said that he saw a sign that said, "Park on your side on the road." It actually said, "Park on the side of the road." But it really screws up the paint and the chrome. Okay, let's get down to business. Got the RP4 shaker table all up and running. Got a box at the end there, that blue thing, to wash all the materials into. And yeah, it seems to be working fine. We're going to run these concentrates today. You got to spill them there? Jeez. Anyhow, this is the feed in. This is where you put the material. It then shakes across the table and separates out using gravity separation and hydraulic flow, or water. Now this water is treated with jet dry or surfactant to keep any of the fine materials from floating. And here comes our dirt trotting across the top of the table there. Eventually it will separate the heavies from the lights. The heavies will stay up at the top and the lighter material will go down to the next trough or outport. Now these materials that I'm running are actually the number 2s from, or the middlings from my big shaker table that we use to treat volume materials. Then we'll run them through this table to separate out the finers. And you can see there's a line up at the very top that's separating out. Let's take a look at it. Anyhow, this is our fine material, or our heavy materials up here. A lot of gold sparklies. There's nothing in there, and that's just silt. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch dirt drift by. But it's quite mesmerizing watching this material as it goes across the table and separate out. It sure beats sitting at home watching your toenails grow. Here's a closer up view of the separation line. There's your high grade is up on the top level. And your middlings, or your number 2s, are going into the second trough. Now the middlings we can run again and try and shake out some more high grade materials, but usually 1 or 2 passes will get out all that you need. Look at all that gold shiny stuff. Unfortunately, that's all iron pyrite. This ore is from our pyrite producing mine. You can process the pyrites and break the gold out, but it's expensive. Here's our outfeed box. The little blue bucket up at the top is our number ones. The one in the middle is our number twos, and the rest kind of goes down the drain. Let's shut this thing off. We've shaken all the dirt through. You want to make sure that you brush it down just to make sure that you get all your little fine particles of gold. And let's take a look and see what we got here. First we're grabbing the number twos. Pour the water off that so we can see what's in it. And I don't see too much. We'll pan this out and make sure that we're not missing anything. And now we'll take a look at our number one high grades. And we'll pour off the water. Let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of iron in there, some gold specks, pyrites. Nothing to write home about. We're gonna pick a pan from our wall of pans and go do some panning. And pick a small one too off the top shelf. We're gonna look and see if we've missed anything, or if what we expect to be in one place is where it's supposed to be and not somewhere else. I'm using a small pan here for the number ones just because I don't, I'm not processing a lot. I'm not panning a large quantity of material, so no sense in chasing particles around a big pan. Keep them all together in one little pan. Besides, if you're going for little gold, you have to have a little pan. You can't use a big pan for little gold, right? I mean, it makes sense. Oh, whatever. But yeah, we'll pan this out. You see, we've got our irons in there, all of our black sand. And in tapping it out, we don't have a crest of gold up at the top of the pan. Got a lot of pyrite still in there. We'll save this and maybe do something with it. Let's check out our number twos and see if we missed anything. This is quite a bulk sample here for a pan, so we'll kind of hammer through it real quick. We're just looking to see if we have any heavies that didn't make it into the number one trough. And I don't see anything of interest here. And now it's time to grab our jar and dump our number ones, our high grades into it, our prize. So we'll store these up and process them and see if there is any gold in it. Maybe process the pyrites. We have to roast the pyrites and then process them through a fire assay, or see if we can bring any of the gold out. But we got a lot of speckly gold stuff in there. It's kind of heavy. It's a lot of iron, a lot of pyrite, a lot of stuff I don't want. Now this is something I don't want. This is a melatonized Pacific rattlesnake. This guy was hanging out around the shed. This is a pissed off melatoninized Pacific rattlesnake. And we don't like them around. Well, stop back by the next time you're around. Me and wily Chupacabra Yodi Fox will be waiting for you. Have a good one. Take care.